today's speaker for webinar. Just to introduce about Aruneshwaran, he is our DBA, that is in Geopits, database administrator in Geopits, with having 1 year of experience.
Yeah, thank you, India, for a brief introduction. Let me share my screen. Right. So, first of all, thank you for everyone to attending the session. So, in this webinar, we are discussing about the mastering SQL Server replication. And first, we see the what is the replication, and moving forward, we'll see the types and setup and troubleshooting. So, next we move to the next slide. So, first we discuss about the agenda of this meeting. So, in this agenda, we are discussing about that what is the replication and types of replication in SQL Server. So, how to set up, configure the replication in our SQL Server, and then we are seeing about that how to monitor that replication. And moving forward, we'll see the troubleshooting, how to fix the common issues that happened on this replication. And next we see the use cases of this replication. So yeah, here what is the SQL Server replications? So the name suggests, so we are replicating something from database one server to another server. So here the data replication is process of to copy and distributing the data between the two servers. Like for example, I have one server, server A, and I need to replicate that my database or database objects from server A to server B. For this method, for this kind of scenario, we can go for the replication. Okay. So second point is SQL Server replication allows to data to copy it across the databases and servers. For example, I already told right for server A and server B. So I am transferring or distributing the data to from one server to another server, or if I am transferring the data from one databases to another databases in my the SQL. So this kind of flow is called the replication in the SQL Server. So next we go for the key benefits happened on this SQL Server replication. So these are the key benefits: real-time or non-real-time data syncing and offload reporting and analytics. For kind of to preparing any report, we can go for the SQL Server replications. And third one is enable the remote and distributed data. So in all over world or in from remote location also we can able to access that production database, whatever the database we can access from this remote location also. So these kind of the benefits we have it in the SQL Server replication feature with the SQL Server. Yeah. So next we move on to the what are the key components of the replications. So here we have that 4 key components in this replication feature. So first one is the publisher. So publisher is nothing but our source server or source databases. So for example, I have the one database, it's called the sales. So I need to replicate the database to targeted database. So for that, I have to create one publisher. It's nothing but I will create it that publisher in my source databases. So next we move on to the distributor. So distributor is nothing but I want to replicate my database from publisher to subscriber. That means the destination server or database. So someone we need to take over my data and put it to the subscriber or my source server or destination server, right? So for that, we need to configure the distributor in my publisher or subscriber. It's according to our requirement. So the distributor role is to manage the replication flow. So distributor know who is my subscriber or destination server. So distributor will take over this kind of flow and duties will be take over by the distributor. So next we go for the subscriber. Subscriber is nothing but my targeted database. For example, I have the publisher, I have the source database. So in this database, I want to replicate my table, whatever I want to replicate to the my destination server. It's nothing but the subscriber. So that's why I mentioned the targeted database. So fourth one is very important in this topic. So this is called the agent. So agent is kind of the what already I told, right, type of replication we have. So according to the type of replication, for that each type of replication, some agent will created in our SQL Server. Snapshot agent and log reader agent and distributed agent and merge agent. So this agent will one by one see in the according the replication. So here I mentioned the flow diagram of the flow architecture of the replication. How the data will transfer from publisher to subscriber, that I will mention. Yeah. Next we go for the types of replication overview. So here I take it around three type of replication in the SQL Server. So first one, snapshot replication and transactional replication and merge replication. So snapshot is nothing but it's take that snapshot or to capture the entire whatever we configure in the replication in the database object of the database, that will take the snapshot and put into the subscriber through the snapshot agent. So here a small note of the use cases of the snapshot application. So small data set and static data. So whenever we no need to do the real-time syncing of the data from publisher to subscriber, that kind of scenario we can go for the snapshot replication. I will detailedly explain the snapshot replication in upcoming slides. So here I can give the short note of the replication. So next, move on to the transaction replication. So transaction replication is nothing but for database, for every time any transaction will happen. So the transaction will replicate it to the from source to destination, it will replicate through the transactional replication, like transaction log. So that this replication will take over. This replication is using that log reader agent that I already told. So that this replication, transaction replication will take over from the log reader agent. So use cases reporting and offload, OLTP offload. So it will nearby real-time data syncing happening between the publisher and subscriber. So that I will give the demo session for this transaction replication in my local. In upcoming slide, we'll see. So next we move on to the merge replication. Merge replication is nothing but we can do the sync with publisher and subscriber also. So it's a bidirectional replication. So either we can insert the data from publisher also and subscriber also. But in snapshot and transactional, we can't able to do that insert, update, delete transaction on subscriber. So I would tell you why we need why no need to do that insert, update, deletion on subscriber. What will happen and all I will tell you later. So upcoming slides. First we go for the snapshot replication. So the name suggests to take the snapshot of the entire or specific database objects from publisher to subscriber. Yeah. First point is take a point in time snapshot of published data. So publisher role will to take that snapshot of published data from publisher to transfer to distributor, and distributor will take the data and put into the subscriber. So it's very suitable for small and infrequently changing data. For example, in our database, we have one table like currencies. So in this currencies tables, we have that Indian currency amount and USA, Euro, dinar, like that we have. So every day that currency will change into 24 hours only, right? So during the time, we can go for this replication in only one time we can sync the data from publisher to subscriber. That kind of scenario, we can go for the snapshot replication. So here we no need to continuous monitoring. Whenever the snapshot will running, that time we can monitor. If it is fail, we can trigger it manually or automatically, we can trigger it. So it's easy to implement in SQL Server because we can create only the snapshot agent and we configure the distributor in this publisher server, and we can do the snapshot agent snapshot backup to subscriber. Yeah. Here I have given the diagram of the sample architecture diagram, the snapshot replication. So here I have mentioned the publisher. I have the SQL Server 2024. In that publisher, I have the one table sales, that product price also. I have one table the product price. So I have distributed database. This database will know who is my subscriber, which data I need to push into the subscriber, and it will know. So the snapshot agent will take the snapshot from this publisher and it will store it in the snapshot folder. The distributed database will take the snapshot from the snapshot folder. It will transfer that snapshot through the subscriber using help of the distribution agent. So the distribution agent will push the data to the subscriber and the subscriber will receive the data. So yeah. So here I have mentioned the snapshot replication configuration steps. So first I will tell you the steps and later I will give the demo of the snapshot replication in my local kit. So first we need to enable the distributor if not already configured. So first before that we have to install our replication feature in our SQL Server. Whether if we have the replication feature, we can directly go for the distributor creation. Okay, so first we need to create the distributor in our publisher. So then only we can able to do the replication in our source server to subscriber server. So next we need to move on to the create a new publication of the for the snapshot replication. So publication I already told, right? For publication is to publicate the data from our source. It will take it the data from our server A or source database. So next we move on to the select articles to replicate. So in our databases, what we have the database objects like table, store procedure, triggers, views, that and all we have. But in replication terms, we are telling that this kind of things we are telling only the articles. So next we need to decide what are the articles I'm going to replicate to my subscriber. That we need to fix that. Next we need to go for the snapshot schedule or snapshot agent configurations. It's nothing but we need to schedule our snapshot agent when we need to run the snapshot agent, whether we need to run frequently or manually or periodically. We need to run that we need to fix. Next, we need to configure the subscriber in my destination server. And step 6 is monitoring the snapshot generation and application. So we need to monitor in database anything we need to configure, we need to monitor whether it's working properly or not. That we need to set in this snapshot generation. So for snapshot replication, I will give a demo in this end of the section. Next, we go for the snapshot replication use cases. So when we are going to use the snapshot replication, so in my database, I have one table. That table in my database, I have one table. The table no need to do the real-time syncing. We can do the syncing only one the day. So that time we can go for the snapshot replication. So for example, let us assume we have the one table. In this table we have the gold rate. So for example, today will gold rate around 20 to 50K like that. Tomorrow it will change. So if you are creating one dashboard for this gold rate, that time without affecting the production table, we have to generate the report in our either Power BI table or whatever that visualization tool we can use. But we need to report or create the dashboard for that. So that time we can go for the snapshot replication, because in this data we refresh only one by day. 24 after 24 hours only it will sync. it will change, right? So for that, we can go for static reference data. It's nothing but it will sync only one by day. That kind of scenario, we can go for the snapshot replication. So second, we are going to load changeable tables like department or roles. In our university, we have so many departments and exam schedule, structure and all we have. So it will not frequently, it will not change. As per that, every 6 months, the timetable will be changed according to our semester. Like that, it will change, right? So during that kind of table, we have to generate the report mates. We can go for the snapshot replication and all. So next to test or staging environmental setup and periodic refresh is enough. No need to real-time syncing for the snapshot replication. As per our requirement, if you're doing only the periodic refresh is enough, we can go for the snapshot replication. If you need to do the real-time syncing, we can go for the transaction replication that I will tell you in the upcoming slide. Yeah. So second, we go to the transaction replication. So transaction is nothing but transaction replication is nothing but in our database, every minute or every second, transaction will happen. So user will connect the database, they will insert or delete or update, or they will do any selection and all, they will do, right? So continuously they are changing the data or deleting the data, whatever the modification they will do. So that time I want to, for example, that kind of table we have, some transactional tables we have. So in that table, I want to take any report or any dashboard I want to prepare without affecting the production or live system. So that kind of scenario, I can go for the transaction replication. Here, what I'm getting is, if I do the transaction replication continuously, I can replicate the data from publisher to subscriber, and I also see the report and dashboard through my subscriber also. It will not affect the production because the subscriber in separate server, the publisher in separate server. That means the production. So during this kind of scenario, we can go for this transaction replication one. So next, we go for the ideal for high volume or real time scenarios. So, for example, I have one TP data or two TP data in my database. In the time and all, I need to sync my data from publisher to subscriber in real time. So, without not that much latency, I want to sync means I will go for the transaction replication. So, third point is subscriber receive the changes almost instantly. Here, subscriber will receive the changes almost in the real-time syncing. There may be some latency will be there here also, but we can sync the data from publisher to the subscriber. So 4 points is support the filter the articles and read only subscribe. So for example, in my table, I have 1,000 record. So I have one student record tables. In the student record table, I have male and female students. So I only filter that female student to my subscriber. So doing this kind of filter, I can add here transaction replication also. And subscriber, but in this scenario, subscriber only read more. From subscriber side, we can't able to do any DML operation and DDL operation. We can able only the DQ. That means select only we can able to do from the subscriber. It's what I'm saying. Yeah. Next we go to the transaction replication architecture. So here I give the flowchart or vectorial representation of the transaction replication. So and also top of that I have mentioned that how it will works, short notes of it, how it working from publication to subscription. So I already told, right, for this transaction replication, this the log reader agents the major role will be performing from for this transaction replication. Log reader agent scan the transaction log on the publisher. It will move to the log to subscriber. Yeah, subscriber. So in our database, we have that two file data. Then the log file will process and it will throw the data to data file. If you want to insert or update, delete, do this, it will do. Or if you need to retrieve the data from database, it will do. So from this log, it will, if any incoming transaction happen this log file, the log reader, if the database in replication mode, replication enabled, that log will be read by the log reader agent. That log will be read and that log to be pushed into the subscriber through the distribution. Okay. So the changes are stored into the database. Second point says changes are stored into the distribution database, right? So whatever the changes is happened on the publication database, that changes will be stored into the distribution database that through the help of log reader agent. That distribution agent will throw the data to the subscriber database. Third point is distribution agent push or pull the changes to the subscriber. While configuring, we have one small note or small feature whether I can configure in push or pull changes. If it is push means distributor will push the data to the subscriber. If I give pull means the subscriber, it will pull the data from distributor. So here we need to understand the terms. Distributor agent push or pull the changes to the subscriber. So fourth point says changes are applied in near real time with low latency. That's what I previously. So there may be some low latency will be there, but it's not quite large. So changes are applied into the near real time. So yeah. So next we go to the transaction replication setup and steps. So first step, enable the distributor and configure the publisher. I already told if you are going to do the replication, first we need to check whether the distributor or distributed database is available in a server or not. So that we need to do. And next we need to configure the publisher and create the new transactional publication and select and filter the articles. Articles nothing but the database objects. So next we need to create the subscriber or subscription and initialize the snapshot and monitoring agent. So here I need to describe one thing here. So for step 5, I mentioned that initialize the snapshot and monitoring agent. So for example, if you are going to snapshot agent, snapshot replication, you are creating the snapshot agent for to take the snapshot, right? But in transactional replication, whatever you can configure the replication, before that we need to take one snapshot, then only we can able to do the replication. For snapshot replication, for periodically we can do the snapshot replication, but in transaction replication, before initially we need to take one snapshot and store into the, we need to move the snapshot to the subscriber. After that we can do the transaction log pushing using the log reader agent. But initially we need to do one snapshot for this transaction replication. Next we move on to the transactional replication use cases. So here I have mentioned that 4 use cases. So upload reporting from production to reduce the load. So I already told, right? So I want to reduce the load to the production server or production database, but same time I need to take the I need to prepare the dashboard report for my future upcoming business scenarios or business strategy. I want to see my dashboard how it is working our business and all I want to know. So for that, without affecting the production, I can take the data from the subscriber if I configure the transaction replication. So next it's saying the feed near real-time data to analytic platform. So it's nothing but we are the syncing the real-time data to source and destination. It's nothing but publisher and subscribe and distributing the live data to remote location. So for example, if I have the server A in my Mumbai region and I have the server B in my Hyderabad region. So lively I can distribute my data from source server A to server B. It's nothing but publisher to subscriber. So fourth one is keep the read-only subscriber sync with the primary DB. So here the primary DB is our server A. So I have synced with primary DB, but in the subscriber in only in the read mode. So if I did any changes in this subscriber side, if I perform any insert or update, it will break the replication. So it will give the some issue in the database side also. So third one, we go for that merge replication. So that name suggests we are doing some merge from publisher to subscriber friend. So it allow the changes at both publisher and subscriber. Merge is almost similar to the transactional, but transactional replication we can able to do only the TTL and TML statement only we can able to do from publisher side. We can't able to do from subscriber. If you did, we'll face some issue on that replication. That replication will break also. But how we can do from here only? Because we have one conflict resolution logic here for this merge replication that will prioritize which data we need to update in this table. So for example, I have one table, that employee table, employee ID and employee name. In that employee ID, I have mentioned employee ID 1, employee name R1. So if I change the name from the subscriber, it will check the resolution logic. I will set the resolution logic which one have the high priority, which data I need to set the high priority. So that data will be synced to the table. So here I have mentioned the sync changes periodically include the conflict resolution logic. That conflict resolution logic will help to identify the this data I will capture into this table. Like that it will sync. So third point is useful in offline or mobile environment. For example, I have the server in my Mumbai region. I have offline device only. So I can insert the data from subscriber here. It will sync later. So that's what I am saying. Useful in offline or mobile environment. So some any rural area, I don't have proper network connectivity. That time and all, I can insert the data, but later once I uh, come to the proper network connectivity, it will sync to that our table. That's what I mentioned, useful in offline or mobile environment also. But fourth one is more overraid and complex due to the conflict ID. So previously I told, right, we have that conflict resolution logic, which data I need to prioritize to save that in my table or not. That's maybe you have some complexity here for this conflict handling. Yeah. Next we go for the how the merge replication will work and what are the feature or agent we are following. So merge agent run on schedule or on demand. According to our requirement, we can schedule or on demand means we can do that manually trigger or at this kind of time only I can do like that we can do. It schedule means every 1 hour or every 1 hour we need to sync the data from publisher to subscriber, subscribe to publisher. So next I have given that both publisher and the subscriber track the changes using row GU columns. So this this row GUID column is the it will perform the important vital role in this the merge replication. So whenever if you configure that merge replication, we need to configure the row GUID columns. This only help to us to find out that which data is priority or which data we need to insert into this that particular table. So it will auto-generated ID. It will not do the manually enter data. So whenever if you insert any data, that automatically the row GUID will generate one data. It will store it to the table. So it will helpful to find out the resolution to the conflict logic. So that's what that's third point says conflict resolution policy apply when both end update the same data. So it's also the row GUID columns. So row GUID is nothing but the row Google Unifier Identifier. So it's similar to the transaction replication architecture, like publisher and distributor and subscriber. So we have the publication database and snapshot agent. The snapshot agent will take the snapshot and save it in the snapshot folder. The distributor distribution database will take the snapshot and share it to the merge agent. Merge agent will share that pull or push the data to the subscriber rate. So next we move on to the merge replication setup and steps how to configure. So here we have that 5 tables. So first one, configure the distributor and publisher, whatever we did in transactional and snapshot, that's the same concept only. And next we need to create the merge publication and add articles with row GUID and conflict resolver. So that I will tell you later. So fourth point is configure subscriber and initialize the merge. So we need to configure the subscriber and initialize the merge agent and all. So step 5, monitor the merge agent and configure resolve. So here I have mentioned the use cases of the merge replication. So first one is mobile sales hub. So field agents update the customer order offline on tablet and sync when they're connected. So for example, customer will update the order from that application or subscriber rate. It will sync when they connected to the online. Automatically it will sync. During the time and all, we can go for this merge replication. And remote retail stores, it's nothing but to branch PO system capture the sales locally and measure data with centralized server during the nightly sync. So for example, you have one system in your organization. You need to yeah, you need to send the data from your subscriber, right? But you have only the small amount of when you are connected when you get the proper connectivity, it will sync the data to this publisher run. So with the help of that row GUID, it will analyze the conflict. If you have any conflict, it will check the priority. Most of the cases that priority will be the publisher because from comparatively from publisher to subscriber, that priority will be more for publisher only. Yeah. So third one, healthcare field units, and fourth one is multi-location inventory system, and fifth one is distributed server collection. These are the use cases for the same merge replication. Okay. Next, we move on to the monitoring the replication. So how we are going to monitor our replication? So in our replication, we are configuring the agent, and we need to check how the latency, how the data, how much data will be delayed, how long the latency will happen from publisher to subscriber. That and all we need to monitor. So we have that inbuilt feature in that SQL Server also, whether if you configure any replication alert or latency or agent status also, we can check in this inbuilt feature also. And some of store procedure we have, in that we can, from the store procedure, we can able to check how that publisher, whether everything is working properly or not. And also we can get the meta details like which is my publisher or what is the publisher server name and what kind of application I have configured by this table and all. We can able to find out this kind of the store. I have mentioned
and local publication. Create the publishing and subscriber.
Sorry.
No, Aruneshwaran, you can continue. We'll have the
Yeah.
Q&A session in the last. Yeah, you can continue.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. So next we go for the troubleshooting and common issues. So in this, we can able to, if you are facing any issue, we can check the SQL agent logs. Like if in the SQL agent log, we can able to check whether we have any issue in this in this replication of log. And latency issue also we can fix through our monitoring configuration. And if any issue happen over that agent, whatever the snapshot agent and log reader agent and merge agent also. And if you are able to find any data mismatch between this publisher and the subscriber also, we can able to fix and manually we can validate and we can remove that violation data. schema changes. To apply any schema just to avoid the, so from subscriber end, we can't able to do any schema changes also in the, even in Merge Replication. Schema changes nothing but we can't able to perform any detailed statement like create, alter, drop, and truncate. That and all we can't able to try it from the subscriber. If you try, it will break that replication. We need to reinitialize and configure that replication and all. So uh, here I have mentioned the best practices of this replication. So for if you are going to replicate that table, before that you must have one any only one primary key you need to have in this replicated table. Like I have the one table. In the table without primary key, I can't able to replicate that table from publisher to subscriber. So this is the major condition or criteria for this replication, that replicate to the table. So if I have the primary key, I can able to replicate the table from publisher to subscriber and avoid the frequent schema changes. So to avoid the frequent schema changes, nothing but we need to do the small changes like DDL statement and all. We need to avoid that. And all. So third one is filter article to reduce the overhead. So I already told, right? Filter article is nothing but we have to filter this much data only I can able to replicate to the subscriber, and that and all we can do. And use the full subscription for load balancing. So that I will tell you in this demo session. And fifth one is secure replication agent accounts. So in this replication agent account, I can try only my local account. But in real time cases, we need to separately, we need to create one agent account for this replication. In the agent account only you can configure. It will be more secure for this replication. And final point is regularly validate the data consistency. If you are doing any replication of this database, you can month in a once or week in a once, week in a once, you can do the data consistency check from this database level. And here I have the overall real world use cases of this replication. The time we already discussed, like offload reporting to reduce the volatility load and distribute the data to the regional offices and sync on-premise SQL Server with Azure SQL, and mobile application is used to for this message. So yeah, so here give the demo for this transactional replication now. So I can share my screen and local SQL Server. Sure. Yeah, yeah. Hope my screen is visible, right?
Yeah, Arun, it's visible.
Yeah. So here I have the two instances. Sorry. Here I have the two instances. One instance name suggest Geo Laptop 35 RU SQL. This is one of my SQL Server. And second one is Geo Laptop 35 testing. This is one of my SQL Server. So both I will. Yeah. This is my server name. This is second server name. So in this, I can create one database. In this database, I can replicate some of tables, or I can replicate one table to my second server. It's nothing but Geo Laptop 35 testing. So let I create one database in my small database in my Arun SQL instance. Let I create sales prod. So yeah, Here I can create one table. Product. PID is product ID. So that's many data. So I am setting
Yes, sir, ma'am.
yeah.
Yes, yes, I got the link. Sure, sure.
So in my Salesforce database, I have one table. Its table names as a table name as a product. So I want to replicate this table to my publisher to subscriber. It's nothing but I need to replicate my this table from Arun MS SQL to testing. So okay. So I have configured the distributor in this my local instance Arun MS SQL. So in this database sales pro, I have the table name is called product. So I want to replicate. So before I already told right. So I want to configure distribution. So, yeah. So before that replication, I want to configure the distributor. So first I will configure the distributor for my replication. So here I have mentioned this distributor will located into my the source server source instance. So I have given that snapshot folder. It's in this path. It will store that snapshot and all it will store. And here I will give the distribution database name. So I will give to the default. If you want to, we need to change the distribution name, database name. You can give that customized. So I have given that publisher and distribution database also. Name also. So I have the configuring. So then I click next. So if I finish, it will configure the distributor in my source. Yeah, it's configured. So now I can able to see my distributor in my system databases. So next I'm going to here I can able to see the distributor purpose. It means I have already configured the distributor in this server. So here I am able to create the publication for this Salesforce database. So if I click that local publication, right click and I receive this pop-up window and next I will give. So here I have clicked which database I need to publish or replicate. So I have clicked the sales prod. So here I can choose which publication type I am going to use. So here I can give the transaction replication. So I will give you the demo for this transaction replication. The publisher teams the here it's showing the publisher team the
Arun,
transaction. Yes.
Arun, we are not able to see the tab.
Which one?
See, we could see that management view only, but we could not able to see the publisher tab, which you are open, right? That one.
Okay, wait a minute. I will reshare my screen. Yeah, and it's visible.
Yes. Yes. Now we are able to see.
Yeah, yeah, sure.
Thank you.
So here in this replication, inside the replication, I have the create the local publication. I click the no. Yeah. So here I can give next. So here I will give the database name which I want to replicate. That database I will give sales prop. So give I next. So here I want to choose the replication type. Here I can give the demo for transactional. So in this icon it's showing is the unidirectional. So it will move the data from source to destination in the unidirectional mode from the publisher to subscriber. So next I will give them. Yeah. It will show here the tables. So as of now, I have only the one tables in the database. So it's showing the tables. If I have any store procedure, it will show the store procedure. And if I have any views, that also it will show. So if I expand this table, I can able to see this product. So here I have one pop-up. You must have the select at least one object for this application. So if I can able to replicate more articles is nothing but the table and all. But for at least I have to replicate only one table also. So next I will give next. So here I can able to add the filter, whatever I told previously that I can able to filter in this table. I have the food items. So if I want to replicate only the vegetables or fruits item, I can give the filter according to the category and all. But as of now, I have only two data, so I no need to give any filter and all. So here next I want to choose the snapshot agent. It will sync the data to that. It will help to the sync the data to publisher to subscriber. So here I can give create the snapshot immediately and keep the snapshot available to the initialize the subscription. If I give the schedule, I can give the schedule. How long that which frequency the snapshot agent will run. So here I can give only 1 hour. So here no need because I can manually I can trigger now for this testing purpose or demo purpose. So I have create I can give the and check that box create the snapshot immediately and I can give. So here I can give snapshot agent. So in that case, I want to give that user credentials for to run the snapshot agent. So right now I don't have any domain account or not. So I give my uh, local SQL Server agent service account, but it is not recommendable for the security best practices. So here I can give my SQL Server login. So I have my SA login for that. So it's using the SQL Server agent account. So I can give next. So it will create the publication. So if you want to script for this publication, you can check this box and you can. But right now I don't want it. So I can give next. And here we need to give that publication name. So right now I can give sales for public publication in plan. This is my the publication name. So first it will create the publication for that, and it will add the articles to this from the publication, and it will starting the snapshot agent. Yeah. So we have successfully created the publication for this replication, transaction replication. So here I can able to see my publication on that. So right now I will create the subscriber for to replicate the data from publisher. So right click that application. I receive that pop-up window for subscription, and I can give here is my publisher server. It's Geo Laptop 35 on MS SQL. And in the sales bar, I have the publication. Its name sales underscore prod underscore pub underscore the transactional. So here I already told, right, whether we need to give that push subscription or pull subscription. Push subscription nothing but distributor will push the data to this publisher to the subscriber. So here I can give for uh, full subscription. So if we have if you give the full subscription, it will pull the data from distributor to subscriber. So I can give here push only. So here I will give that subscriber server. I want to add my subscriber server. So it's nothing but my testing instance. So already Geo Laptop 35 and slash testing is my subscriber server. I already give that. So if I give connect, it will add it. So in that I want to replicate. So it's new database. I will create the new database for this replication. Sales repl. So in this database, the table will be replicated. So if I give a next, and here I want to give that connection to the subscriber and so whatever I did in this while creating the publication, same thing I want to give that subscription side and agent will run. So using SQL Server login, I can able for best practices, we can create the separate domain account. Here I have give run continuously. In the distributor will distribute the data to the subscriber continuously. If you want, you can run on demand only, or you can define your schedule. For every 1 hour, I want to see my data like that. But here I can give only run continuously. So it will initialize immediately the subscriber. So that there is my so this is my subscriber. You'll have to the different visualizing and immediately. It's done. So that's all. If I give next, it will give pop-up, and if I give the finish, it will create the subscription on my subscribers. Subscription has been created on my subscriber server that we can able to use. Yep. So here showing yeah, it's created in my subscriber server. So now we can able to see my the database. So currently I am in my session in my Gelado 30-bit testing server. So you can read my replicate that. So in this Gelado 35, that product table has been replicated. So if I insert any in my influencer side, it will send to So right now I have 3 records. So it will sync to that my subscriber enters. So if I want to know whether it's syncing or not, or everything is working properly, or what is the latency and all, inbuilt we have that inbuilt feature also. So in this publications, I can right click. Here also I can able to see I can launch the replication monitoring and all. Sorry, I'm trying different. Generate evaluation. See. Yeah, here I can able to see no replication transaction are available because the third row also is replicated. So if I click the subscriber and if I view the synchronous status, it will show pop up. So if I did any transaction, it will replicate. Yeah. So since this has been the transaction replication, I already told, right? If I did any changes on the subscriber without the select statement, if I tried any insert or update or delete this subscriber in, it will break the replication, right? So here we can see the view log reader agent and all. So one transaction with one command shall be delivered. So one transaction is happened on. So that command has been delivered to the subscriber that has been completed. But and also we can able to see in my job. Yeah. So in that snapshot log reader agent is always run because I give that run continuously. So it will run always. And the distribution agent also it will run always. So it will not stop because I give that while configuring, I have given that run continuously under. So right now I will break my replication using if I give any insert into set the product table. This is my subscriber rate. So so I have four scrape product name. So from subscriber end, it is it's committed, but in publisher end, it's not sub. But if I enter, it will if I enter in my publisher end also the same data. Subscriber. It will affect, but it will sync to that fifth record to the subscriber. That replication will be should be break. So if I see that subscriber rent, whatever we previously seen, no error. So here are you able to see the right in the status it's showing error executing the batch of command because already that record file and the product item ice cream has been updated from by the side of subscriber. So what happened means it will it will replicate the same data to that subscriber rent, but it's finding it facing some error because it will replicate to the using the primary key only. So we are facing some issue here. So right now we need to fix this issue, and so I will tell you how we can fix. So it, yeah. So we can go to, so here it's showing violation of primary key constraints, PK product. This has been primary key. We cannot insert duplicate key on object. So duplicate key value is 5. So we have find out that duplication key is 5. So we need to remove that duplication primary key 5 from subscriber rate. Again, we need to reinitialize this replication. It will sync. It will running as expected. So I will fix that. So what I do means I will manually I will delete from product table. Yeah, this will be maybe 85. I will delete from my subscriber and because I have mistakenly on it. So right now I have sorry. Yeah. So again, it's showing one transaction with one commands will be delivered. So it means that record 5 has been replicated because we have the duplicate record from subscriber rate. So I can able to see my one transaction of 8 10 minutes things pop up. Definitely it's loading. So now there is no replicated transaction. So again, I will check it from my subscriber rate. So after I deleted that record 5, product ID 5 and ice cream go. So if I execute, again it has been replicated. So now the replication is sync only. So if I insert new record, it will replicate. The product 6 is $3. If I check it from subscriber and sorry, return it, we'll see. Yeah, it's syncing from subscriber to the publisher. So I will check that my log reader agent So I have given that, I hope I have given the transaction replication demo section. So for that merge replication, we can able to insert the data from subscriber end also. But if I insert the any data, I already told, right? We have one feature that conflict resolver. So in that I will give that priority, which data I need to prioritize. Like if I insert the file, I scream the data in my subscriber end, and same data I insert in publisher also. So during the time it will prioritize. So that time what will it will automatically it will resolve this conflict. Whatever we delete, that automatically it will delete by the conflict resolver also. Now everything is sync only. So again, I'm going to move on to slide. So we already discussed the best practices and done. So now we have the question section for this webinar. Yeah. If you have any questions on this replication setup or any monitoring or anything, can ask. I can be clear. I can clear my question. I can clear your questions. Post that we can go for the summary and we can conclude this video.
So Arun, so can we add the table, same publication, say, one more
Yeah.
table?
Yeah. For application, if you create one distributor for this publisher, after that you can add multiple tables in this publication also. For example, you are asking in this publication, I have added only one table. So
Yes.
if you need one more table, you can add.
Okay.
And also, for example, in the same server, n number of publication we can create and n number of subscriber also we can create. If you need more but it will override our server performance also. So we can recommend how much we can create. So any other doubts on this replication, like in Snapshot or transactional and merge replication?
So the transaction replication only we can update both sides, right?
Sorry?
The transaction replication we can update both sides, right? Only
No.
we can do in the merge replication.
Yeah. For transaction replication, we can't able to update from both them. We can able only update or insert whatever the DML statement we can do only from publisher. Right? We can't able to do. So that's what I give the demonstration. If I give that any DML, if I run any DML statement from subscriber end, the replication will break. We need to fix that error and manually we need to fix and reconfigure or reinitialize according to our issue consistency. We can do that one. Otherwise, we can remove the duplicate data and resync that replication from publisher to subscriber.
Okay. Okay. So manually we have to find it the duplicate and we have to remove it, right?
Yeah.
If it is happen anything.
Yeah, from log detail agent also, I saw, right, which key has been duplicated in this replication. If I can able to see that ID, that ID I can remove from publisher. After that, I can reinitiate our that application.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah, if others have any queries, you can please feel free to ask. I feel there is no queries, Arun. You can finish your summary.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Next, I go to the summary for my webinar. So in this, I have given that small brief introduction to about the replication and types of replication and all I have given. So replications to offer the flexible data distribution among this SQL Server and all. So next we go to the choose the right replication according to our use cases and scenario. So we are seeing about that three replication according to our requirement. We can go to that uh, respective replication. And next we see that how we need to check monitoring the log reader agent. So how many transaction committed. Transaction we need to deliver and what is the error and all, what is the conflict happen, this replication and all we see. And fourth one, how to troubleshoot. If I break the transaction replication, how to overcome that issue, and if it raising that transaction replication and all we have fixed. So for follow the best practices, we can able to replication. So I can share my last screen. So thanks for attending for everyone to joining this webinar. So here I have mentioned that my mail ID and LinkedIn profile also. So if you have any doubt regarding this replication, so please ping me in my mail or LinkedIn models. I will stay connected to you. I also attach the resource for wherever I get the replication content and how to configure and all. From Microsoft Documents and the troubleshooting guide link also I have mentioned here. So after 1 or 2 days, I will post this PPT to my LinkedIn account. From that, you can get you can able to download or view that PPT from that. Thank you. Yeah, thank you, Vidya.
Yeah, thank you, Arun, for providing a comprehensive overview on SQL Server Replication. Now we would like to wind up today's session. Thank you everyone for joining, and always keep looking out for more upcoming webinar in our future as well. For this today's highlights and insights of webinar, we will be posting in our YouTube channel as well as in our LinkedIn channel. So please follow our LinkedIn channel and you will be updated on the new webinars that will be coming up. Thank you everyone and have a great for the rest of the day. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Vidya, and thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Pradip. Yeah, thank you.